This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Our goal with our videos is to empower you to be able to do the repairs on your own and save a whole lot of money and also get that great feeling of having fixed it by yourself. Today we're going to fix a Maytag rumbling dryer. Let's listen to the sound that it makes when it starts. So even though you open the door, it's still rumbling, and this is due to a faulty blower wheel. Here's the blower wheel. It's just wobbly on the motor shaft, so even when the motor stops, the wheel keeps turning, and it won't dry the clothes very well because the blower wheel doesn't really turn fast enough to create any kind of air pressure. So we got it unplugged. We're going to remove this panel by taking out those two Phillips head screws. We're going to take out this one screw here that's holding on the wire harness. We're going to pull the wire harness loose, and we're just going to be removing the front panel by taking off a couple of Phillips head screws here at the top, one on the left and one on the right. And then once those screws are off, you can actually pull the front panel towards you at about 45 degrees. And it's going to then come off of a couple of bottom clips. You have to lift them up off of the clips. And we want to disconnect this blue and yellow wire for the door switch. And those are just spade connectors, just pull them right off. Again, make sure it's unplugged first. Pull those off. There's a little blue wire down here, the moisture sensor. Just pull that off. And now the front panel can be moved out of the way. I usually just pull it off to the right side and then tuck it in against the right side of the machine just to get it out of the way. You don't have to disconnect too many wires. So I'm just going to tuck it in over here. And you got to make sure it's supported and it won't fall down because I can pull on the wires, make sure it's held in there. I'm going to pull these wires free for the door switch, and now I just got to remove some screws that are holding on the bulkhead. There's one here upper left. Zip that out. And once you get all four of those screws out, you can lift that bulkhead off. And that's going to expose this panel that's in front of the blower wheel, and there's just some screws you have to remove to get that panel off, and then you can get to the blower wheel. The blower wheels are really inexpensive. I'll give you guys a link in the description below, but you can get them from Amazon for like 20 bucks. So I'm going to take out this one screw here using an angle tool to get to it easier, but there's a lot of ways you can get to that screw to get it out. And then we got 1/4-inch screws here, a little smaller. We're going to zip them out, a series of them. Those are really good Maytag laundry center washer and dryer. These last a long time. I think this is the LSE 1000. And one of the symptoms, though, when they get older is this blower wheel will start to rumble, and also the clothes won't dry very good. So I lifted up the tumbler a little bit to get to those screws. This one's a little hard to get to off to the side. You may need to use a ratchet. There's just not much room to work there. So there's a little tool that we're going to need to use today called the circlip tool that's used to take off a little thing called the circlip that's on the front of the motor shaft. And I just didn't have one with me today when I did the repair, so I had to kind of improvise. But you can get them pretty cheap at auto parts store or hardware store, or get them online. but it just goes into the circlip and kind of spreads it to make it easier to get off the motor shaft. If you don't have one, you have to kind of pry it off. It's a little harder to do. So we got that last screw out. It's just hard to get to because the angle is blocked. So you need to get a tool to get into a smaller area. There we go. Now we can lift up on the tumbler, the drum, and we can pull off that panel. You don't have to disconnect the wires, you can just set it off to the side. Give you a little more room to work. And we get some of the debris out of there too. There's just lint that builds up in there, and to get most of it out of there really helps the dryer to have better airflow. You can see it's pretty loose. Should not wobble like that. That's what creates the rumbling sound. So my pliers are being used to pull off that spring clamp, but then there's also a little circlip that we have to remove on the front of the motor shaft. That's what this spring clamp looks like. And the new blower wheel will come with a new spring clamp, but not a circlip, so you got to make sure you don't lose this little thing. That's the circlip. And I just pried it off. Now I'm going to grab the blower wheel and pull it toward me. It might be hard to get off. Because it's worn out, this one came off pretty easy. I'm going to clean up that area, just get that lint out of there. Here we go. Here's the new part. I think this was even maybe $10. It was really cheap. Alright, and then the motor shaft has a keyed slot. It's round, but then has a flat spot. And the new blower wheel, same thing, has this flat spot. You gotta line them up and then wiggle that blower wheel into position. And you may need to even push it in. I used a small hammer to get it to go in further because I gotta get the blower wheel in far enough where the front of the motor shaft, just a little bit of it, like a 1/16 of an inch, is exposed, and that's where there's a groove that the circlip goes into. So I've got to expose a little bit of the front of the motor shaft, and I got to make sure it can turn. If I push it in too far, it's going to rub up against the panel in the back there, the blower wheel housing. So not too far, just enough to where that slot is exposed. I'm using some pliers to get that circlip back in, but the circlip tool that I just didn't have today actually makes it a lot easier. I'm using a standard head screwdriver to make sure that circlip is locked into the groove and it won't come loose, because that's the main thing that's holding that blower wheel on. And then once you feel you have it, try spinning the blower wheel a little bit by hand. Make sure it's nice and straight and it's not wobbling. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice and tight. So now when the motor turns the drum, it's also going to turn that blower wheel and create a lot of air pressure to move the hot air around and to get the moist air out of the machine. So I'm putting the panel back into position. Make sure it's nice and seated correctly. I have to lift up a little bit on the drum to do that. And then I'm going to add those 1/4 inch screws back in around the perimeter. I'm going to speed up the camera here a little bit. So once we get those screws back in, we just put the bulkhead back on. That's the thing that's supporting the front of the drum or the tumbler. It has wheels underneath it, and that lifts up the front of the drum. And then after we get that on, we'll just put the front panel on, and then there's that little access panel, and then we're done. So this is back from like 1984, I think, when this came out, and it still runs great. So Maytag really used to make a good product. Not so much anymore, unfortunately, but these were great. Strong metal. It's better made. So this is the bulkhead, goes back on, and I'm going to get the little wheels underneath the drum to support it, and then I'm going to lift up the bulkhead, get it lined up where the screws on the bulkhead are lined up with the frame, and then I'll add in those 4 screws that hold it in position. Take your time here. It's a little hard to get everything lined up. If you get another set of hands, could help you. Alright, we'll add those screws back in. Sped this up a little bit. So the same type of blower wheel is used on other older Maytag dryers that aren't laundry centers, just standalone, and it's the same procedure. The front panel comes off a little bit differently on those machines, but after that the bulkhead and the blower wheel replacement is the same. Alright, now we're going to put the front panel back on. I'm going to get the yellow and blue wire back on for the door switch, and then there's a little blue wire for the moisture sensor that we got to plug in. And we'll put the panel back up and then add the 2 Phillips head screws that hold it. Oh yeah. There we go. Yeah, so the rumbling stopped. Sounds much better. So this is the little thing that's holding the wire harness. We'll put that in position and add the screw to it. And then here's the access panel, goes back on. Put the bottom position in first and then hinge it up and then add the 2 Phillips head screws. Right, give another test. Yeah, that's good. So right when you open the door, that rumbling should stop. So thanks so much for watching, and hope this helps you.
Thanks so much for watching our video. We really appreciate your support. And when you get a chance, please press the subscribe button below so you can be subscribed, and also the notification bell so we can send you more videos about appliance repair. Please also give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. If you really liked the video and it really helped you, please press this new applaud button and you can show your support and also get a nice clapping hands for your video. Thanks again.